she heard the phone ring. She's like, I ain't know your phone rang.
It's Derek.
I was like,
I didn't know your phone rang.
God damn it, phone, you got us busted.
Man, we good?
Yeah, good to roll.
Niggas sleep with their phone under the
Bet,
pillow.
Welcome back to the Chris Massey Show. Today's guest, it's an honor, the privilege to have two comedy legends, two guys that I truly admire and respect. And I appreciate y'all for coming through. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back,
Appreciate
Howie
you.
Bell, and welcome for the first time, Turae.
Thank you, bro.
Chris
Appreciate
Massey,
you.
I got to say this, man. I know it's your show, but you came a long way, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? You read my mind because I was about to get into it.
I ain't never been here, but this looked like he came a long way. I was
Look,
look, I'm like, damn, this is where he started?
No.
Well, I got to step my podcast game
Look,
up.
this brother came. We did an interview. I think our first interview with him, maybe, I don't know, 3-4 years ago.
2017.
That was 2017. And he had like a small little, thing with a little mic, and we went to the library. Or not, the Detroit Institute of Arts.
No, the first one was the library.
The first one was the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even when you started, you wasn't just on some interviews with great people, great locations was part of it.
No, honestly.
That was where you could?
Wherever I could go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first time, I really started off in an attic in Highland Park. So I did that for like a year.
Okay.
Like we was independent. Like I said, we figured
Guerrilla.
out, we evolved.
Yeah.
This is the second studio, but for years up until the present, I was doing the mobile setup. I told you I'd
he
be
was
all
mobile.
Right,
We
yeah.
meet
Totally,
up with
yeah.
him. You know what I'm saying? And then he
Hey,
always had the PBS vibe. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we.
Because the way Howie was bringing me, I'm like, it must be somebody important. Like, this is, but oh man, to second what Howie said, man, congratulations, growth and
Thank you,
success
thank
is a great thing to see along the way. So you should feel some of that along the way, as opposed to when you already get to the end and don't remember our names no more. You know what I mean?
hey, man, so y'all brought that up. It's interesting because when I first started recording here, I got caught on air. Was like before the show. I'm like, damn, I done came up.
Yeah.
We done came a long way.
Sometimes,
way,
man,
man.
you should take a moment and enjoy, the progress and some.
Take
of the
3
things.
deep breaths,
The
man, and
victories.
look at what you did.
Yeah, the little victory. You gotta appreciate that.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Like I'm not in my car no more.
Come
I
on,
recorded
man.
in cars
Little
before
step,
the,
baby. Right,
I'm
little
trying
step.
to tell you, I ain't in the closet.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's really an honor and a pleasure because I've been following y'all. Like I grew up watching Howie on like Comic View. Then I said I first got introduced to you. I know you've been doing it for a while. Like you a East Coast OG. You know what I'm saying? But I came across you. I want to say Def Jam 2008 when they started like rebooting it or whatever.
Yeah. That was my that was my goal at that time to get to Def Jam. Like when I first started doing comedy, I just wanted to get on Def Jam. Like that was my goal. Like I get on Def Jam. And I remember recording and sitting in my car because it's funny because Howie came to get me this time and he was like, I was like, well, I just came back from getting something to eat. He's like, well, you walked? I was like, no, I got a car. I was like, but he kept saying, I come get you. So I let him come get me. I was like, I got a car. Anyway, I say that to say most times when I go somewhere, I have a rental car. Def Jam was no different. Like I got there a couple days early. Like I don't like to just fly into a city and tape, you know what I mean? So I got there a couple days early. I did some stage while I was out of LA so I wouldn't be rusty. And I remember I had a truck, like an SUV, and I remember sitting in my car after I got off stage at Def Jam and I called Lawrence Killebrew, another comedian from Philly, and I said,
Lawrence, good guy.
Yeah, I said, I don't know what to do. And he was like, what you mean? How'd you do? How was the set? I was like, I think I did good. He was like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? I was like, I've been wanting to get to Def Jam my whole career. Now I'm here. Like, so it became a situation with me, like, well, just keep going. And 2008 was a wonderful year for me. I did Def Jam, I did Comic View, I did the Montreal Comedy Festival.
Nice.
And it kind of like propelled the second half of my career as far as me being able to get on TV or work the clubs as much as I have been doing at this point. So, yeah, that was a great year for me.
That's dope.
And
That was
I'm
actually a
saying
great year
he's
for me,
sounding very humble right now. But this guy right here is one of the funniest comedians in the country, hands down. And I'm telling him as his peer. You know what I'm saying? I think we've talked about this before.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's brought me to Philly several times. I've done a room that was one of the longest running. At least Wednesday night weekly rooms in the country.
Soul Comedy.
Comedy. And man, Turae Gordon, man. This is our Black history, our Black comedy right here.
Thank you.
In the
man. It means
flesh.
a lot. I mean, and that's what we, like, everybody want to be the star. Everybody want to be rich. Everybody want billboards and all of that. But along the way, we want the respect of our peers. And I've realized I got that.
Yep.
It's like being out when you go other places.
Yeah,
you know, when I come here, and then it's different levels, but I would just say respect is first. But when you go other places and they already know who you are, and it's like, I don't know who you are, how do you know who I am? And I remember when I was out Def Jam, Patrice O'Neal, my brother, God bless my brother,
yes,
was with me. And Patrice, I kept meeting new comedians, and it was like, hey, Turae, and they would already know my name, and I'm about the third or fourth comedian. I was like, Patrice, why everybody know my name? He's like, what make you think the killers don't know who the other killers
that's
are?
right.
And it always stuck with me, and I always liked and respected the fact that, you know, you could go different places in this game and get respect from your peers from all over, and then start to form these relationships and brotherhoods. Like, we're peers and coworkers, but Howie and I are friends. I'm an only child. Some of my best relationships are because of comedy. Some of the people I know that I hold closest and dearest to my heart are comedians, and that's only by working with them and going to their city. You know what I mean? Like, that don't always happen when they come to your city.
Right.
Like, you don't always get to go see where they went to high school or hang out with their friends and all of that, and meet their family. Like, I met Howie's wife, I met Howie's daughters. Like, it's a family thing. So that's all garnered from the time that I put into this game, and the fact that my peers can see that I love what I do, and it's just respected and reciprocated. So that's how it happens. It's normally the energy you give out is returned back.
I agree, and you made me think of two things, because y'all two, I was going to mention it also, that your favorite comedian, you know, like, and to your other point, like the humility in it, you know, like I said, I just like being around genuine people, you know, like Howie, man, I met him backstage at the DL Hughley. It was a Comedy Get Down.
Comedy Get Down.
That was the last comedy show at Joe Louis, wasn't it?
Wow.
It might have been.
I think so.
It might have been.
May 2017.
Wow. Okay.
And that was a historic night, you know, George Lopez, Cedric,
Eddie
Griffin,
That was a great show.
I'm just kicking it. He took me under his wing immediately. I was there to do a on-site.
You had your portable podcast kit. You had a podcast kit.
You had his podcast kit with his humble voice. Excuse me, sir, could you find it in your heart to do my podcast? This nigga want me to
Yep.
Exactly. And so look, guess what? That's kind of a true story, because guess what happened?
Right.
They told me, because I didn't want to talk to him first, because I'm like, I got to get in first, because he had his credentials.
Right.
I'm back there already, so I'm like, they walkie-talkie, and they're like, yo, do y'all know this? And I had to call Gary, you know what I'm saying? And because they was like, people was telling me, you're not going to get into Joe Louis with that big-ass backpack. Because that's what, 20,000 people? Like, man. Was like, I don't care who you with, you ain't got no pass.
Right.
So Gary texts back immediately. I'm like, thank you. So I was like, I peep Howie. Then after the show, I introduced myself because I felt comfortable. I got to go ahead. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm here to do this interview. He was like, what you do? And I was like, this is who I feature and this type of stuff. And he was like, I'll do it. I'm like, my dude. Yeah, and then we just been building since 2017. And the fact that you showed up because he said it.
Yeah, I didn't even know where I was going. Like, he just came and got me. Like, you know, I was like, all right, like, I ain't doing nothing. Like, and he kept saying, I'm going to come get you. I was like, all right. Like, you know, I was sitting in my car smoking. When he said it, I was like, okay, nigga, because I could drive, but you must want to come pick me up. Hey, so, man. But no, man, like, I looked at it like, if how he want me to do it, I'll do it. Like, you know, it's no conversation how he wouldn't put me into no situation I wouldn't be, you know, that I wouldn't be enthused about being in. So,
and that's another thing. One thing I admire and respect about people like y'all is like how y'all give back. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all take people under your wings. I understand you teach comedy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Philadelphia Comedy College was something I started at the Laugh House, the legendary Laugh House Comedy Club in Philly. Mm-hmm. It was started as a workshop. You know, it actually started because I was around, and if you hang out with comedians, Chris, you know we love to talk. Like after a show,
that's the fun part.
A crowd of comidans would be at the show for like another 3 hours after the show. People be sweeping up, we still be talking.
You leave like 2, 3 in the morning.
We just love talking. I don't know what that is. Like, and you know, like we had to, like, and how we can tell you this, having a significant other, we had to bring our mates so that they could see.
That's what you're doing.
Like that's what you're doing, because ain't no way show was over. You just coming in here too. I was like, standing around talking. then you look over the table and your wife like, yeah, I told you, we gonna be here all night talking.
Yeah.
So anyway, a bunch of comedians standing around talking one night. It was after a show, and I'm a veteran comedian, so I'm over here with the veteran comedians, and then there's the novices over there, and they having they circle, and I hear about 5-6 pieces of bad information out of their. I'm like, I'm trying to talk over here, but I keep it like that don't even make sense. And about the third, I say, yo, man, who told you that? Who told you that? And he was like, well, no, I said that. And immediately it became clear to me that a lot of young comedians or young people trying to get into comedy, I don't mean by age, just experience level.
That's right.
You don't have no clue. You have the little things that somebody can answer a question for, you have no idea.
Right.
And if you don't find out, if someone doesn't tell you the right thing, you're not going to know. So then I was like, well, I could teach a workshop. Well, how do I do the workshop? And I literally just started doing it at the Laugh House, and I started from what I knew. I started by having conversation and then exercise. And then you have to, if you're teaching something, has to be a target goal. So the target goal was to develop a 5 to 7 minute set.
Right.
In comedy, you go from wherever you need to go with a 5 to 7 minute set. Like Chris Tucker is, to many, considered now not that great of a stand-up, but he got to $20 million a movie from a 5 minute set on Def Jam.
Absolutely.
Right.
Nobody asked him to do 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody asked him to hold the show together for an hour.
Nobody.
They gave him 5 minutes, he destroyed it, and then they gave him Money Talks.
Yep.
And then Friday, and then Rush Hour. And
President.
Right, so it was
That's on and on.
Comedy stand-up might not have been his strongest talent at the time, but it advanced him.
You know what's so funny about him? That story about Chris Tucker. He knows this about himself.
Right. Yeah.
So don't trip. It's not like he's saying anything.
Right.
He knows
He
that
ain't gonna call me up and go, "Nigga, what are you talking about?" He gonna be like, "You want help me write some jokes, or
like,
you want to come open on my tour?"
Yeah.
Right.
So he gets it.
He gets it. Yeah.
So what it became was evident to me, like, yo, we need to advance. There's comedians that's been doing it for 10 years, but they still opening or hosting. They don't know how to get the feature. And I'm like, because your set sucks. Your set is 10 minutes of fluff and 5 minutes of substance. It need to be 7 minutes of hardcore. Just put it all together and showing people how to develop sets and write that. So, long story short, I started putting that together in a workshop, and then I figured, hey, I could get paid. And it developed into Philadelphia Comedy College. My partner, Keith from Up the Block, is another comedian in Philadelphia.
Keith Robinson?
No, Keith Robinson is our mentor. Keith from Up the Block is Keith Ruffin.
Okay.
Who's,
the afro.
With the afro. He cut it. He cut it low.
That's my man.
Yeah, he got the beard now. He got the Frederick Douglass look now. But, he got the beard with the low Caesar with the waves, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, because he can do that. Like, nigga, I'm jealous. But anyway, he came in with the administration part. Like, it was Comedy by Turae stand-up workshop. When he came in, it became Philadelphia Comedy College because he allowed me to just step back to teach. He took down the writing out of the whole package and presentation and putting it all in order and registering the websites and getting all the students together. So we actually became an accredited school when he became my partner, or as I call him, the chancellor. And I just be lead instructor, man. I enjoy just being able to teach and help where I can. You know, if I can help. Right. A lot of comedians will say that, and Howie knows that because that's what we do. It'll be, man, thanks for helping, and we go, thanks for listening. We say the same stuff to all the comedians. It's not many, the ones that listen and the ones that apply it, some of y'all wasn't listening. So, yeah, it's a good thing, man. I like that part of what I do also.
Comedy is one of them, Chris, I'm going to tell you something. Comedy is one of those very few genres of entertainment where the low man on the totem pole can be in the same room with George Lopez or Cedric the Entertainer or Eddie Griffin, like we was talking about the Comedy Get Down. And it's not a problem.
No.
Like that, we have one of the most balanced, you know what I'm saying, businesses because we tell each other what it's gonna be. Oh, you not good, or you bomb, or you not good. They can go up more, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or he's good, but we don't have a problem with having those type of conversations in front of each other. Yeah. And I think that this business is unique in that way, and I love it for that. You know, because we keep each other honest, sort of speak.
There's a hierarchy, you know what I'm saying? Here. And
it's definitely a hierarchy.
You know, Howie will tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
Howie will tell you, I was a menace when we did Comic View in 2013. Because I was on the writing staff, and I was taping.
Okay.
Because Samora was the host, so I
Yep.
opened for Samora.
Yep.
So when she got the job as host, she brought me on her writing staff. So I'm on the writing staff, which means I'm there every day.
Right.
So I'm there all day, every day during everybody's tapings, and then I'm taping. So I'm literally like, it's new cats. Like, shout out to my man T Murph. T Murph will tell you this. T Murph, Chicago comedian.
Yep.
T Murph, we was in the catering room, and T Murph was headed towards the table one way, and Capone from New York was headed towards the table another way. And I told T Murph he had to wait. And I was like, you know what I mean, this your first TV, man. You wait. Capone eat first.
Yeah, OG.
That's right. And he understood. He stopped.
yeah,
like
right,
he
right,
knew
right.
what it was. And
You
it was
got it.
like, so what it is it's not, I was just hazing him, but he understood. Like that's his first TV. He'll do that now to somebody. That ain't his first TV. Now he about 5-6 TV shows in. You know what I'm saying? But it's the experiences and the respect that you get from your peers that drives you. Like you said, we'll know. We could be in the room with the heavyweights and
Man.
DL is one of the truest dudes. DL will go,
yeah.
man, that joke you do about such and such, and you be like, damn, he know my material because he pays attention. He does, you know. So
They watch.
we appreciate that, and it drives us because we know that it's achievable. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I think that's dope, man. That's why I said I try to like emulate people or be if I don't have someone to look at in the respective field. Try to be the person that I might have appreciated. So it's like people like, you give too much away for free. I'm like, nah, I wanted somebody. I would have loved somebody to tell me that. You know, it's like
you definitely right on that. A lot of what I've, you know, people say, oh, you know, you do this. It's because cats did for me. You know, I came up geographically in a great area. Living in Philadelphia, I was 2 hours from New York, 2 hours from D.C. So tri-state. You know,
I should be hitting that road. I hear the story.
Right, like I'd be up and down to Virginia,
Million shows,
up to
Right.
Boston,
Million
you know,
shows.
wherever the shows was, that's where you went. But I also established followings in these different cities and being able to perform in these different cities and knowing that this is funny here and that's not funny there. You know, all of those things lend to us being able to move forward in this game. But if you're not a good person, this game also that becomes evident. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I had a comedian, you know, because time waits for no man. You know,
Exactly.
I've seen a comedian break down on Facebook and went Facebook Live, and you know, don't nobody mess with me. And it's,
Yeah,
and I straight said to him, I said, "Well, you kind of an asshole." And
Teddy
you
Carpenter.
was me.
Oh man.
I
Teddy.
love Teddy.
Right.
Me
But that's
too.
why I said
That's
that
my
to him.
man.
I said,
I knew
well,
you. I
Teddy,
knew you was talking about.
Right,
you
right.
kind of mean and you an asshole.
then
Like,
he-
I love you.
Over the last,
But
like,
don't
maybe
act-
about right before the pandemic, he started doing that, and I was like, man, Teddy, don't
Stop
do this.
doing
Like in my
that.
mind, I was like, why are you
what-
doing this?
Like, don't do this now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and what I'm saying is, it all comes back around.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I don't never want to be the dude in the game that they go, it's time. I can get him now.
Yeah.
Nope. I always-
Right,
like I
right.
just want to be working. Anything I could do, I did, and anything I couldn't, you know,
Staying
like,
relevant and humble,
staying-
yeah.
There you go. That's
Because
just
to
the
my
thing.
point earlier about
Relevant and
us
humble.
as a fraternity, use the word hazing, because we are a fraternal type
Yes.
thing with comics, you stand out if you're a butthole. If you like not with the program,
Yeah.
Right.
even if you funny and you successful, people be like he said, they can't wait for you to bomb.
People work with you
or for
'cause
you
they
to
have
do
to.
something, or for you to come up short. So they gonna kill you with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is one of those. Or you gonna get the payback.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Right.
Comedians
That's why-
can't wait to pounce on you
Reputation.
if you're the butthole.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you stay humble, like comedy should keep you humble.
Yes.
If you don't stay humble and you doing all this and you think you better or this and that,
Yeah.
it'll be
It's coming for you.
it's coming for you.
Like we love it. I seen it happen. We just funny. We just talking about Atlanta. I was in Atlanta at the Uptown, and I'm not gonna put his name out there because he ain't. You know, I don't want
It's all
to. Right. I don't want to feel bad about it. But comedian that kind of arrogant, you know, walks around with, and it's like I just was like I was definitely on some. We'll see.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he goes up on the Uptown. I knew he was gonna bomb because it's not his crowd,
See?
and he's not the type
Right.
of comedian that can adjust.
Oh,
So literally, he was bombing so bad that
Oh, man.
there's a time when you're bombing that the crowd gets quiet.
Right.
The crowd gets quiet because
Oh
they're
my
giving you a chance.
Yeah.
They like
They kinda
hold-
like, all
it's
right.
like this. Hold up. Like this is the crowd. This is what the crowd is doing. Hold on. I know this motherfucker ain't corny. Hold on.
I paid
And
my
they
money
get-
to get in.
Right. Everybody get and if you don't
You got
get
about
these-
30 seconds.
Right. And
From
What?
that point.
I can hear his whole shit clear because now at this point he's the only one making noise in the room. I said to my wife, I said, babe, it was so bad that when he said the punchline, I wondered to myself, I said, is that shit always that corny? Like, because you can hear it clearly.
Second
Man.
guess the joke.
Right, and it was like, after that, they was like, boo.
But to y'all point,
Yo, they booed him on stage so bad, man. I
See?
felt so bad, but it was like it couldn't happen to a better person.
Yeah, he had it coming.
He had it coming.
He had it
but
coming.
to that point, what's the worst type of boo? Because I mean, not the boo, but worst type of bomb. Because I felt it was worse. I was somewhere, and the dude was so terrible. People just started clanking dishes and talking, like talking up. He was talking on the phone. I'm like, yo,
that's what you know. What that's what
like,
I used to ask the crowd to do that at Soul Con. We don't boo nobody here. That hurts you. A boo will make a nigga go to the car. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I see. Throwed Off Wine said that. Young comedian in Atlanta. He said that he was on stage and they wasn't paying him no mind. He like, I think Throwed Off Wine maybe like 20 something. He's young, and he said, "Hey man, listen, I need y'all to pay me some attention." He said, "I'm young. I fuck around, shoot this whole crowd up, throw my whole life away on some real nigga shit."
They laughed at that.
Right. They laughed. And I had to laugh because it was like, yeah, that is young and stupid. But he was identifying like, yeah, it's young and stupid, but that's what young and stupid people do when we not in control of our emotions. Like
he made it relatable in a comedic way on stage.
So what it is with us, man, like, you know, that boo hurt, but I'd rather hear it. For me, I'd rather hear you go boo, because then I know I can just get out of here.
Right,
Ain't nothing else. Doing it silent, you might think you got a chance. Like, let me say something to get them back. When they boo you off stage, I can go. I can get out of here. Let me get out y'all way. Let me see. One time I was in
you ain't like that. Now I'm sorry, let me cut you up. That non-boo.
Yeah.
That one that's
confusing.
Completely silent
It's
until you
confusing.
say goodbye. That one hurts. You hear me?
told
That
you.
one cuts deep because, like you said, you don't know how they gave you.
Yeah,
You
right.
just didn't do good at all.
And they not helping you at all. It's like,
They not giving you
they're
no
like
energy.
you like, all right, I'm gonna go. They like,
right. Oh,
they
man.
not helping you, but it happens, man. I remember one time I
Oh
was
my
in,
God!
remember my boy Rob Jones? He's at Virginia House of Comedy.
I remember Rob Jones.
Rob,
Yeah.
I was down there. I used to work that spot a lot, and I was down there one time, and a dude was bombing, young comedian that was opening up on the show. And he was bombing so bad, and he told a joke, and the crowd like groaned, like all together,
Cringed
like
a
the
little
whole
bit.
crowd was like it was like.
Oh, man.
He said one of the funniest things I ever heard when dude say, bomb. He said, "Hey man, if you ain't like how you think I feel."
Oh man.
So yeah, man. Sometimes when you taking that beating, it's best to take a beating. Also, when you bomb as a comedian, just take your bomb. Don't come in the back try to explain it. Like you can't
I
talk.
bomb.
About, yeah, you bomb. You talk
keep it
bomb.
moving.
On. You nigga be, and I can tell when you bomb because I look over and you still talking. Like yo. Next act is on stage, man. You can't talk that off. Take that.
Right, they didn't talk during your show.
now you want to talk. Now you're in the back.
man.
Yeah. So I was trying to say, nigga, go over there, sit down, and take it, or leave, or go home.
Or leave.
Go
Right.
home.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's why I think comedy is the way it is, because you get your job evaluation right then and there.
Immediately.
Right
dope.
then and there. And your peers know. Your peers know when you pandering. Your peers know when you shucking and jiving. Your peers know when you actually up there trying. Your peers know when you stealing.
Mhm.
Like we all know whose material is whose. Like
That's
it's
right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we know you ain't been nowhere to write no new material. We know you don't practice. You don't be at open mics. You
Right.
come up with a new set every 5 days because you've been around on the road. Now you taking.
Mhm.
So we all know that, and it all
Right.
works itself out. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny
Like
is-
those comedians don't get booked a lot.
The crowd know when you're
The crowd
doing that. These comedy crowds are so smart now, man, and they see everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So you gotta understand, a regular comedy goer, he's gonna know when you're on the mic BS.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He can tell immediately.
Yeah.
He can tell immediately when you get up there and you start talking if you're gonna be good or not.
Yeah.
They ready for you, but then they can tell. They look at you like this when they know you're not. Their body language is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I just said that. I said that. I was bombing one time. I was doing a college show, and I'm bombing. So I think like Shippensburg somewhere. I'm doing a show, and I'm going down. And there's a moment where you're searching, and in my search, I seen this young lady in the front row, and her eyes grabbed mine, and it was like. I was like, "You all right?" Like I was about to start in on it.
Right.
That girl was like, "You all right?" And I was like, everything in my body and soul was like, "No, I'm not all right. Like I'm not. I'm bad. I'm about to take this bomb." But the crowd will let you know.
Yeah.
That's why, honestly, it's a lot of comparisons when you see me post things. I compare things to the Roman gladiators, because if you win the crowd,
Mhm.
nobody can tell you no. If you win Rome. There's
Exactly.
no show that they can keep you. You can walk into any show, and if the crowd be like, "Yo, I want him to go on," they gonna put you on.
Mhm.
Nice. Nice.
If you win the crowd, if
True.
the people know that dude's funny, you're going to work. So as a comedian,
whether that promoter
whether
seen
the
you before or
promoter
not,
cares or not, people will be like, "Yo, he funny."
Yeah, that's my man.
That's right. Like I don't get. Yeah, no, you just saying it because you know. No, I'm trying to tell you, he funny. Like so. Establish that first. Establish trying to be funny or good at what it is you know. If you sing, be good. But establish the excellence in what it is you're doing, and the rest will fall into place. That's what I always told young comedians. Like, worry about being funny. The rest will come to you. Exactly. Everything, the fame, the stardom, that'll all come to you if you're funny. If you're not funny, it ain't much that we can do with you. We can't use you. We can't market you because you're not funny.
As a matter of fact,
man.
I'm gonna add to that and say, if you in the game just for girls or just for the clout and all that, you're gonna lose in comedy anyway. You're not gonna
be getting that on GP.
You're not gonna win.
Right,
yeah,
right.
That should be normal.
I tell comedians that. Yo, I know you get a lot of pussy doing comedy. But I hate to break it to you. I was getting pussy before I started doing comedy. Like, when I worked at Popeyes, I was getting like this ain't brain surgery. There's more women on the planet than men.
Come on, man.
All you gotta kind of do is wait and pay attention.
That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, like there's a lot.
But dudes be getting into it with those intentions.
But or get into it and start celebrating early. Like, I know a lot of young comics that I've seen, like, yo, you got potential, but I show up at the show and you drunk and high already. Like, you doing all the stuff of a veteran comic, and you ain't got but 5 to 7 minutes, and you diluting that because now when you go on stage, your performance ain't what it used to be, or your performance ain't as effective as it is because you high.
Or you've had your family members come out and support your first 3-4 sets, and you have a misconstrued vision of yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Because you've had your supporters come of your family, you're a brand new comedian.
Step out that
You've had all your people buy these tickets. Now, this the 5th and 6th show. When you don't have no supporters there, now you're not doing well. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep it into perspective.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you do it, and you're dealing with comedy.
Right.
Can't get too overconfident.
Nope. And you
But
can't
you
get lazy.
gotta be confident.
You
It's
have
like
to
a
be.
weird.
It's a supreme
thin
confidence.
line.
Like I tell people, it's a nervous confidence. Like it's a walk the plank type confidence for me. Like, I'm out here now. Like, it's sort of like when somebody push me out on stage, it's like, I can either bitch or fight, and I ain't no bitch.
Man, y'all dropped so many gems on me today, man.
We going. We just going.
Yeah, we going.
I appreciate y'all for taking y'all time, man.
We appreciate being
I said,
here.
welcome to the family, and always, as usual, Howie, much appreciation.
Yes, sir, brother.
What's
Always.
the best way?
Anytime.
What's the best way for people to stay in contact with you?
Nah, man. Nah, we're not gonna end this. We got 20 more minutes, man. when you start talking about what's the best way for people to get in contact, that means the interview is over.
Nah, man.
Nah, man. I'm just
do it.
messing
I
with
thought
you.
you own this joint. You mean to tell me you written?
Legendary on the wall.
Thought you said you came up.
Believers become innovators. Innovators become legendary. Come on, brother.
Oh, man.
Chris, I'm gonna tell you, man, as usual, Howie Bizzell, HOWIEBIZZELL. That's on the gram. And everything else, Howie Bell, man. So you reach, you want to get in contact with me. I got some shows coming up down in Charlotte and in Atlanta. And in Raleigh with my man Nick Lewis. So I post everything pretty much on my Instagram. I do post stuff on Facebook too, but Instagram though, everything. You know what I'm saying? As far as performances and stuff like that. So yeah, man, contact, holla at your boy Howie Bell. And I'm gonna be hanging out with Turae tonight. I'm sure he'll tell you down at Burt's, man.
Yeah, I'm down at Burt's this weekend, man. I appreciate them guys bringing me in and allowing me to experience that. Oh, for me, everywhere at Comedy by Turae, and that's COMEDY. B as in boy, Y as in yellow, the number. No, Comedy by Turae, Turae is my name, so you can spell it online, and it should bring up everything: social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all Comedy by Turae, and then of course, ComedyByTurae.com is the website. Got a lot of dates coming up, man. I'm actually one of them dudes that jumped back in fully when the pandemic slowed down and started opening up. So a lot of my stuff is, as Howie said, on Instagram, because I can be more current on Instagram. I can post updates on Instagram, but my Facebook is updated and the website has my dates coming up, man. I'm a working comedian, so you can probably find me wherever the shows be. I'll be there.
Much appreciated.
He didn't mention it, but he mentioned some more. But he works a lot with the Queen.
Yes.
Some more. And,
I'll be back on the road with her. We're going to Davenport, Iowa. Mother's. I keep confusing these. Davenport, Iowa, Mother's Day weekend, and then we're going to Costa Rica.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's dope, right
I roll with the Queen.
Right.
That's all right.
Right.
Yeah,
That's all right.
Listen, man. Let me shout out some more. I always got to shout out some more.
Absolutely.
Lady that's changed my
Absolutely.
tax bracket. One of the best things about being on the road with some more, and cats have openers with them all the time, and I didn't know like levels, like because I stay with she, like I'm with her, like when I'm with. And it wasn't until I talked to somebody else, they were like, no, we got to get our own hotel. I'm like, what? Like,
Exactly, right.
oh, no.
You didn't realize you was spoiled.
Yeah, I'm spoiled. But then I realized how spoiled I am because when I be at hotels with some more, they be having, I can't afford that water. Like, the water in the room, I can't open that bottle.
Yeah, the $5 water.
It's 17. I'm like, damn. Yeah, some more.
But yeah.
So it's a great thing to be with the queen, man. She's a great comedian. I love being with her. I love doing the shows we do. So shout out some more.
Like I said, thank y'all so much. And everybody who want to stay updated with the Chris Massey Show, everything is Chris Massey Show, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check us out on YouTube. It's probably what you're checking out on anyway. And special thanks to the official sponsor, the inspirational lifestyle brand Legendary. They're connecting people through apparel and accessories. You can follow them at Legendary, LGNDRE, on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the website, lgndre.com. Their motto is believers become innovators, innovators become legendary.
I just said that.
And once again, thank you, Howie. Thank you, Howie. Thank you, Turae.
I like how you keep talking about like it ain't his. Their motto.
That's strategic.
Yeah. You're trying to separate yourself. I understand.
But yeah, man,
Businessman.
it's been a pleasure.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
y'all.
It's been a pleasure, Chris Massey, man. Appreciate you, good brother.
Appreciate
One
you.
of the good brothers.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.